First time wearing my new shirt.
I think it makes you look more like a tourist, like a Hawaiian shirt.
Sometimes I'd like to look like a tourist. I don't want to. You blend in more when you're a tourist here in Bangkok.
Especially when you're wearing a hat that says dick butt on it.
So for all the new viewers,
watch our last episode.
This is my dick butt hat, but I'm gonna wear it backwards.
As to not offend anyone.
As to.
We're here in Thailand, and before we forget, we wanted to share with you guys all about our 6 months in Europe.
Yeah, someone left a comment and said, hey, why don't you guys make a recap video of Europe? So we said, okay.
This is the video.
This is the video.
We're going to Workaway. And so if you've been following along, in August, we went to Europe and we started in Poland. From there we went to Ukraine, then Hungary, Croatia, Bosnia and Herzegovina, and we ended in Serbia. And so we tried to spend about a month in each place, sometimes more, sometimes less. And yeah, that was we had no plans.
Yeah, like we got to Poland, and we got to Poland because it was a cheap flight. And after Poland, we're like, hey, where do we go next? Well, where's the bus take us?
Before you know it, 6 months is up, and now we're in Thailand.
So our biggest question, always our biggest question, is why Poland? Because we have a lot of viewers from Poland.
Yes, and before we left in Toronto, we probably had like 700 subscribers.
700, yeah.
And then when we left Poland, it was up to like thousands, like almost 5,000 before we left Poland. And so our channel blew up in Poland. We're very thankful to our Polish viewers. And a lot of it started with this one video that we had that almost has 200,000 views. We have no idea why. It was in Grodzic Mazowiecki, which is where we were doing a workaway.
Welcome to Grodzic Mazowiecki.
It's a fair attempt. So we were helping to teach English outside of Warsaw, and that video, I don't know. People
didn't understand why we were in Poland. People didn't understand why we were in like a small town. So I think it was like, it's cool to see that. Like, it's cool, I don't know.
It's like our most liked, but also most disliked.
There's so many bad comments on there, like, but there's a lot of good comments.
Yeah.
But we're gonna make a video of the bad comments one day, just reading bad comments,
there's
reacting
a lot,
to, yeah.
A lot of them.
But we like all comments. Okay, so through our 6 months in Europe, we ate a ton of food. I personally don't necessarily, I like to eat out every meal, but we are on a budget, so we can't do that. But we did eat out a lot.
Yes, and we tried to try as much of the local foods as we could. And so favorite foods from the trip?
Well, it's gotta be cabbage rolls. Like, my dad makes the best cabbage rolls, Hungarian cabbage rolls. It was a little bit harder to find them in Hungary, but we did have them in Croatia and Poland, like
everywhere.
We have them everywhere, so it's kind of cool. We had like, cabbage rolls are the best, but my dad bakes them. They're better like that, I think.
And I think a hard thing about local foods in Central Europe is that everybody eats good food at home. And so it's hard to find like the best local food in a restaurant because you know the best local food is probably at your grandmother's house or something like that.
Yeah, that's what we were asking people, where do you find cabbage rolls? And they're like, you gotta go to someone's house, you know?
At home.
Like.
But for me, my favorite food in Hungary is always langosh. Like I love...
That's your favorite food in all of Europe?
Well, because I like breads, like I like pastries, so langosh is like fried dough and they put cheese on it, which I also love. And then burek in the Balkans is like a flaky kind of phyllo pastry that's stuffed with, also you could get cheese or spinach or meat or whatever. And so those I think are my standout snacks. But pierogies too.
Where did we have pierogies?
Poland. We went to the pierogi festival in Krakow.
Man, it was so long ago we were in Poland. We had strawberry pierogies.
Yeah.
Oh, how about I love in Hungary, it's cucumbers in vinegar.
Cucumber salad?
My god. In Ukraine, they put dill on everything.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I never ate so much dill. I love dill. Like dill on everything. When we left Ukraine, I bought like 6 packs of dill. Every meal. Every single meal, I'd pour it on there.
Lviv had good food. And what I loved about Lviv is that we could, for $5 Canadian, we could eat out at fancy restaurants, and we're not used to that. And so it was such a treat to like go to a fancy place and just eat out for $5. Like really a budget traveler's dream, Lviv.
So we visited countless cities. Fel, what was your favorite city?
It's really hard to choose, but I really enjoyed Torun, and I'd never heard of the city before we got to Poland, and I just really like the medieval feel, and it's like not too big, not too small, and it's just really pretty. I like Torun.
It was very nice. It was like 200,000 people. The perfect amount.
Is that a fact, or are you just making that up?
I
don't think he knows.
Okay. My favorite city, like...
Sorry.
My favorite city, like my dad's Hungarian, I'm Hungarian. My favorite city is Miskolc, Hungary. It is so underrated because no one goes there. It's a small, well, it's not small, but it's the third biggest city in Hungary. And it's like an industrial city kind of, but it has like so much to do and it's so underrated. And we got to explore a lot of it and that was cool. So check it out. We have like a bunch of videos. You gotta go to Miskolc. If you're from Europe, go to Miskolc, okay?
I think the capital cities get all of the spotlight, but there's a lot, if you have time, like we were able to see a lot of non-capital cities and they're less crowded, less expensive, and really nice.
Really nice.
If you had to pick like a favorite day out of 6 months, that's kind of hard, but top day?
Man, I gotta come back to Miskolc, Hungary because we went to the cave baths and like we haven't really been in water that much, have we, this trip? Like, cause it's winter, right? But the cave bath was like so unique to our whole trip. It was really cool, and we got there like right when it opened. Oh, it was
just
good.
like the pictures.
Yeah,
like sometimes you see a picture and the place doesn't turn out as cool, but it was like even better than the pictures.
It was really cool. What about you?
I think it's hard. Sometimes I like the days where we just wander around and just like take in the city. But I do really like the day that we had no audio in that video where we went to Krka and we had a peka meal with Elena and Dino.
Oh, in Croatia.
Yeah, that was like, the whole time that day I was like, this is just so fun. And sometimes it's hard to get it on video because like they're singing in the car and stuff like that. But I don't know, sometimes I feel like the best moments don't end up on camera. That's
true. We just don't get to hang out with people enough. If you guys are watching, message us. Come hang out with us, please.
We get sick and tired of each other. We need more people. We're going crazy.
That's true. I'm seriously. Help.
It's like a Rick and Morty, where he's singing the song. He's like, "Help! I'm trapped."
Let me out! Let me out! This is not a dance. I'm begging for help. I'm screaming for help. Please come let me out.
But because of our channel here, we got to make some new friends.
Yeah, and I think as soon as people saw that we were like close to where they were, they messaged us and said, oh, if you're coming here, I'll show you around. And we love getting those kinds of comments. And so we got to meet a few people, and it all started with Eric.
We met a guy, Eric in Warsaw, great guy. He actually like shared our videos and stuff. And like, I think he's a big reason why our channel grew.
In Poland,
yeah. And we met Marta in Łódź. Poland has a city called like Lodz, but the Polish call it Łódź.
Yeah, the pronunciation of some words was hard for us.
So we have a video of her. She's got a YouTube channel too, so check her out. She's
funny.
Hilarious. We like to film like this, and you just gotta pretend like you're a model for a second.
Oh, no.
You just like casually, you know, like.
I don't need to pretend.
Yeah, exactly.
We also met Michał in Torun, and then we met Attila in Budapest, and lastly in Croatia with Dino and Elena. We spent a lot of time with them, and that was really fun.
Long live.
That sounds funny. Yeah, so many people were like offering to give us tours, eh?
I know, and now people are like, oh, have you ever come to Ireland or Brazil? And I'm like, oh my god, that is so, like, that I think is a dream, to be able to just meet people from all over the world and connect with them, and that's why YouTube I think is really great.
Yeah, it's so cool. It's so cool to get like, meeting these people. It's like locals. They're telling you things you would never know, you know?
And then we can share that with everyone else that's watching to hopefully they have a better travel experience when they go to that place.
I say the most memorable day, or no, this is just a funny story. We were in a hostel. This shit happens. we're in a hostel in, was it Lviv?
Yeah.
Okay, and like it's like a nice family hostel. Like me and Phil get in there, and then there's like another couple-ish, like weird aged couple, I think. And like they come home drunk at like 2 a.m. and just start going at it. They're going like, going at it. They're banging.
This was like in an 8-person dorm.
And like, there's no like blankets or, you know, like I'm just like I wake up to it. I wake up to it and I see this, I'm like,
I woke up to it, like nothing wakes me up, and then you hear them, and it was just.
I can't hate on it. Like it's more funny than like I'm not mad about it. It was just, it's like these things happen
In hostels.
We just got a free show. I had my popcorn and I'm just kidding. No, it was pretty gross.
But I think for me, like not the low light, but like we had a really long train day.
13 hours?
Yeah, it started at like 4 or 5 in the morning. We had to leave Lviv and go to Budapest. And it was long enough, but then also at the border, they have to like change the tracks or something. So we spent like 3 hours at the border. We didn't have food. We were running late because of our cab driver. It was just a whole
We were eating
mess.
peanut butter.
Yeah, we had leftover peanut butter.
Jar
and we were dipping something in it. Cookies?
Rice crackers or
Pretzels?
Pretzels. We were dipping pretzels. The fella asked me, "Hey, do they have food on the train?" I'm like, I went and checked, but I did a half-assed job, and I said, "No, there's no food." And then
I go and check, and there is food. But someone said about vlogging on our travel days. For us, like, it's kind of hard, or maybe we're not used to it because it's a lot of like luggage and running around and trying to get to. So like we haven't done it. We'll try it maybe on an easy travel day.
I would like to do that, but then when it happens, I'm like, oh, that'd be such a good idea. But then when it happens, it's like, that'd be a pain in the ass. Like
you're sleep deprived.
Yeah.
I don't know. So we'll try.
We'll think about it.
We'll take it into account.
So one of the biggest, I don't know if this is a surprise to me, but like one of the biggest things that was different was that in Europe, and different countries it varies, but like for the most part, they don't eat. People do not eat in Europe. They drink coffee and they smoke cigarettes. Drink coffee, smoke cigarettes. You know, some countries are different, but like there's no, you know, if a cafe, in Canada, I would think if there's a cafe, why don't they sell food too? Why do they just serve coffee? They got this huge restaurant. Like, if I was a restaurant owner or cafe owner, I would sell food too.
I feel like it has something to do with the bylaws or something. Like, we noticed a lot of places with no menus. They just serve beer and drinks and coffee.
But the place is huge. It's like a football field inside, but they don't serve food. It's just like you buy like $1 coffee. It's like if you serve food, you could sell, I don't know. Doesn't that make sense?
But it's part of the culture.
It does. See, this is like a North American to European thing. It's different.
And I think a lot of North Americans are just fascinated with the European lifestyle and how it's like so like la dolce vita, that kind of thing. For me, I was surprised that you can't drink in public everywhere in Europe. Like, I thought that was a thing, that you could just drink on the street.
A lot of places.
But not in every country. Like in Poland, you can't, and there's somewhere else you can. Like, there's places that you can. So I thought like it was just all over Europe.
We got a lot of publicity in Europe, eh?
Yeah, like it wasn't. We didn't plan any of it, but somehow we auditioned for the Leo's movie in Dubrovnik, end up on the national news in Croatia.
That was good.
We
did a radio interview with the biggest Hungarian radio station, but they never got back to us, so maybe we sucked at it.
Find it. Oh yeah, maybe we failed.
Maybe we failed and they didn't put it on the air, but like we got into 6 Hungarian newspapers.
Yeah.
Did we get anything in Poland?
No.
But Croatia, a couple newspapers wrote about us about Croatia. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, we got some publicity in Europe. You think we'll be in the papers in Bangkok?
Hopefully not.
Another thing, like there's a lot of cultural differences in Europe. I think the most popular is the kissing on the cheek. Also more common to hold hands there. I think like I saw a lot of, I don't know if it's like mother and daughters holding hands, or like a lot of, I just noticed a lot more holding hands. a lot of smoking, which we've talked about before, and then like a lot of spitting too, like, and even women, like older women, would almost like it's common to spit on the road. I don't know. I just thought that was a little bit weird.
I don't know if I've seen that, but I'm probably like, I probably don't notice things like that.
Well, it's like you pay attention to these as you travel, like little cultural differences. But I don't know, I feel like we've done a good kind of recap.
Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video.
Oh, wait, I had one more.
If you could go anywhere, where in the Europe where in Europe would you go, Fel? If you could go back to any place, just teleport there. Where would you go?
Well, I feel like everywhere we went, there's still more to see. So we could easily go back to all 6 countries.
We gotta go in the summer. We gotta go in the summer.
Yes, but there's so many tourists in the summer.
We hate tourists.
And in Croatia, we had so many towns to ourselves that are normally really crowded, and we got to see places with nobody. Like even Krka, there was nobody there. It was us, and it was cheaper. And so that's the plus of traveling in the off season. But I do want to see more of the Balkans for sure. I feel like it's a very underrated part of Europe, very inexpensive, a lot of history, some tension, but I definitely want to see more of the Balkans.
We got to go back to Poland. Obviously, we got to go back to Poland. And what's that town, that snow place?
Oh, Zakopane.
Zakopane. Everyone tells us we got to go to Zakopane.
Oh, we missed a lot. Like, you could spend a lifetime in a country and not see it all.
A lifetime in a country like this.
So anyways, that was our recap of 6 months in Central/Eastern Europe. And
adios, amigos.
what is the buys?
Larum. We just learned it today. Larum.
No, in Thai, but I meant in
do
widzenia.
That's thank you, isn't it?
No, dziękuję.
Oh.
Do widzenia. And bye in Hungarian?
Viszontlátásra.
Or viszlát. And there's probably more that we're not remembering, but thank you guys, and
adios.
see you next time.
Yes. See you on another episode
of the Fel and Wes Show.
Of the Fel and Wes Show with Fel and Wes. Let's do the kiss goodbye thing.
Some people search for answers for that one special